Here we go. Here we go. Okay. So this is the 15-minute. Do you have a pair that you trade quite a bit?
I pretty much look at like NAS 100.
Oh, you're trading
And
indices.
EUR USD. Those are the pairs I've been looking at.
EUR USD. Let's do that. I don't do a ton of indices. So let's stick to currencies. Hey, there you are. Hey, lady. How are you?
I'm well. Thank you.
Okay. So when you say that you trade supply and demand, you tell me what that means to you.
Well, I'm just learning about pretty much more about supply and demand. I guess it's where like I guess it would be like kind of order blocks or something like that, or something similar to where liquidity is and stuff.
Okay.
Where you see the wicks at and stuff like that. So
okay. So I use supply and demand, which is I mean the support and resistance, which is kind of the same as supply and demand. Okay, just different names for kind of the same thing. So so here's the 15-minute time frame. If we're trying to tell the trend direction, we look at the highest point on the chart and the lowest point on the chart. Okay, and this is just back to basics, but we're going to hit it. Okay, so the highest point on the chart is right here, right?
Right.
There we go. The lowest point on the chart is right here. Okay. Oh.
Okay.
There we go. There we go. So from here to here, would you say that's an uptrend or a downtrend?
Downtrend.
Good. Okay. And then once we get to the bottom and we start moving up like this, what would you say that is?
Okay. And this would kind of get me confused. I would say that's going up. And then like, yeah, I would say that's going up.
That's correct. And then what is this little piece right here called?
Then it just goes sideways into like some type of consolidation.
Consolidation. Perfect.
Yeah.
So we've got the downtrend, we've got the uptrend, and we've got consolidation. Okay. Now here's the fun part of the game. Okay. This is a downtrend. You are correct. This is an uptrend, and you are correct. Okay. But if we're on the 15-minute chart, if we back out to the 1-hour chart, we see that our downtrend here was part of a bigger downtrend from here, right?
Right.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, so from this downtrend, we had, you know, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, right? And then so that's the 1 hour. And then if we back out to the 1 day, we see, oh my gosh, well, this was part of a bigger downtrend that was started from here. That's a downtrend. You know what I mean? High, low, high, low, high, low. Right? Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, so here's the issue, and here's where you have to keep track of your trends, okay? Because even inside of this, now let's go one further. So here we've got the downtrend and we've got the uptrend and the consolidation here. If we go down to the 5-minute chart, which is where I like to trade, once we get in here, here's that consolidation, okay? Here's the uptrend, and then the downtrend goes back this way, okay? But look, we see in here, we've got smaller up and down trends, right? And then if we zoom in on that, in here, anywhere you want to go, then we've got little bitty tiny up and down trends, right? So it's which wave are you riding? There's the 1-day wave, there's the 4-hour wave, the 1-hour wave, you know, the 30-minute wave, the 15-minute wave, the 5-minute wave. And you have to decide which wave you're riding, and then you have to track that wave correctly. Okay. So you can't track the 5-minute chart off of 15-minute charts. Because the waves are going to be different. You know what I mean? So uptrends and downtrends, they're kind of obvious, but you have to choose which one you're going to ride. Okay. And here's how we do that. So here on this chart, we've got our high, our low, yeah, the top of the trend, the bottom of the downtrend, and then we start moving up here, and we've got some consolidation. Now, if we look here, how long do you stay in a trade usually?
I'm usually in and out pretty fast.
You're in and out pretty fast. Give me just, I'm not going to hold you to it, but just how long?
Maybe 5 minutes, if that.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So here is an obvious downtrend on the 5-minute chart. I mean, 15-minute chart, right?
Mm-hmm.
This downtrend lasted 14 hours was that downtrend. So no way you're entering here and exiting here, right?
Right.
Right. Where you're not holding trade for 14 hours. That's not the way you trade. It's not the way I trade either. Some trades I sleep on. So I do take some overnight trades, but for the most part, I'm in and out of a trade in anywhere from 10 minutes to an hour and a half usually. Okay, so we've got to get smaller than this. Okay, so the 15-minute time frame might be a little big. Let's track. So here we've got a high. We've got a high. Call this the low, high and low. Let's see how long it took to get here to here. So this one took, oh my gosh, no, wait. Good Lord, I said 14 hours. That wasn't 14 hours. How long was that? 16 days. 16 days, not hours. Good Lord, 16 days. So yes, that's much too big. So let's take one of these little highs and lows and see how long they last. If we entered the trade here and rode this down, that's 21 hours. That little bitty piece right there is 21 hours. So it's still far too big for us, right? So that's why we're going to hop down onto the 5-minute chart. So really, this fact that this whole big downtrend, this whole big 15-minute downtrend, doesn't really have anything to do with us. Because the trade's just too big. The trade's just too long. So we're going to get in here and we're going to find time frames that we can work on. So this is an uptrend. I'm trying to find out. Here we go. This is a good movement right here. Let's see how long this movement from here to here took. That's a 22-hour movement. So definitely the 5-minute chart is where you want to be. And we're going to be taking trades. We're going to be going in even further, and we're going to be taking trades. That's a 1-hour trade right there. So this is really the type of movement you're looking for. You're trying to catch this little bitty movement right here, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So what we're going to do is on the 5-minute chart, we're going to come in here and we're going to try and really try to find support and resistance in this area. Okay. Because support and resistance that's way up here doesn't have anything to do with us, right? We're going to try to find support and resistance in our generalized area. Support and resistance are the sharp points, the reversal points on the chart. So like when I come here, I feel like it's pretty obvious that this is a zone right here. See, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 or more hits right here. That's a pretty good reversal zone. Definitely could be looking for something to happen right there. That's a pretty good spot. And this is kind of up for interpretation. I feel like in this range right here, this is a pretty good bottom, but this is even better right here. So every time a point gets hit, it gets validated more. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hits. That's definitely a validated zone. Okay. Is this how you set up your charts?
Yeah, I usually go from like the 4-hour down to the 15-minute, and I'll mark it.
Okay.
I probably don't need to. Yeah, that's what I usually do. I just color code it from the 4-hour.
Sure. And if that's the habit you're comfortable with, it's not hurting anything. It's just if you set something way high up on the 4-hour chart, it's probably not going to have anything to do with you for a while. But it's good practice. So what does it matter, right? So here we're going to track higher highs and lower lows. Do you know about that?
Yeah, the high highs and lower lows. Yeah.
So how do you track higher highs and lower lows?
I just start from the top, and if I see it making a lower low and a lower high, I feel like it's still gonna continue to go down. And then once it makes that lowest low and it start going up and it goes over that low, then I think it's getting ready to go the opposite way.
So if we started right here, okay, let me show you something. Let me show you a fun little trick that took me a long time to figure out.
Okay.
Let's forget this uptrend, okay? And let's just work on this downtrend right here, okay?
Okay.
So if I was here, I wish that you could control the mouse on my screen. That'd be a lot easier. So this is our high. Where would our first lower low be? You stop me when we reach our first lower low.
Right there.
Right here? Okay.
Well, yeah, right.
Or this one here?
That one there.
Okay.
The other one to your right. Yeah, right over there. Yeah.
Very good. I'm going to show you something you're going to like. Okay. And then, so would this be our higher high then?
This would be a higher low.
Higher, yeah, higher low. That's what I meant. Sorry. Yeah. Okay. So we're going to grab this guy right here. Boy, those are close together, aren't they? Little bitty tiny retracement. Okay. And we'll keep going down and you stop me.
Okay. Wait a minute. Hold on. It would be the one up from that. The next one up. That one. Yeah.
Okay. And I'm going to show you the point of this in a minute. Okay. So would this be our lower high?
Yeah.
Okay. And we'll do just like maybe 2 more of these. Okay. So I'm going to start moving again. And you say when?
That one there.
This one here.
Okay.
And there's nothing wrong with what you're doing here either. Okay.
And then the other one top over there. Yeah.
Which one, here or here?
Well, I think it would be either one.
Either one. Well, you choose one, or we'll just take both, huh? You want both?
Yeah, because they're both kind of together.
Do you use the Fibonacci retracement tool to track trades, to set trades?
No, I don't.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna force you to learn that. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Here we go. So you tell me the lower low.
That's the lower low right there. Right there.
Okay. Let's just do 2 more, and then we'll move to the point of this whole deal. Do you like this as a lower high?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Now, this could be correct. This could be 100% correct. Okay. I want you to always remember that 90% of traders lose 90% of their money in the first 90 days, right?
Okay.
And the reason that is because there's people on the other side of this chart, the bankers, that move this chart in a way that evokes emotional responses out of you, just like at a gambling casino, okay? And they do things and they manipulate these charts to trick you, okay?
Okay.
So to confirm higher highs and lower lows, what we do is we come over here and we grab this indicator. It's the MACD. You don't have to use the one with divergence on it, just the MACD, okay?
Okay.
And in this MACD, you need the MACD to have a histogram. Cheryl, I gotta get a bottle of water. Give me 2 seconds.
Okay.
Okay. So you want a MACD with a histogram, okay?
Okay.
Okay. Now here's what we're gonna do. So let's, am I touching on the subject that you wanted touched on? Am I doing the right thing?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, here we go. So this is the MACD with the histogram. I just blew it up so we can take a peek at it, okay?
Okay.
Now, I don't want you to worry about these EMA lines. What I want you to notice are these little hills and valleys in the back. I make everything up like mine blue and purple, which is just my deal, okay? But my blues are ups and my purples are down, okay?
Okay.
So what we do, how we use this histogram is this is a high and this is a low, okay?
Okay.
This is a high, this is a low. In order for it to be a validated high or a validated low, it must have at least 3 bars in the section, okay? So
Okay.
let's find one that would not count. Like this right here would not count as a low. This right here would not count as a high, okay? We wouldn't count those.
Okay.
This right here, you might count it, but man, I'd be inclined to dismiss it. See this little bitty blip right here? That does not count, okay?
Okay.
Okay, so now we're gonna pull our chart back up. So here we go. We're gonna look here. I wish I could make this kind of bigger here. Hold on a second. There we go. That's what I was trying to do. Kind of make this like exaggerated here. There we go. So obviously we have a high right in this area, right? So we come back here and we look. So somewhere in this area is our high. It is right there. This is our high for this area.
Okay.
Does that make sense? Because it's the highest part on the candles, and it's it doesn't have to be the highest part on the histogram. It just has to be somewhere in this part of the histogram, and we choose the highest point here. So now in the red histogram, we're going to choose our low, which I think you were correct. It's right there. That's very good. We've got another high here. Well done. But look here, we've got a low hidden in here. And see, we skipped over it. So we've got a low right here, which we're just going to take. This is a low. You see how they hid that? Boogers? And then we're going to come up here and we got another high right here because of this histogram, okay? And so the reason we do this is because the market makers will hide higher highs and lower lows, or lower lows and higher highs, or whatever it is. They will hide these points, and they will reverse charts on you, and you won't really know why it has reversed. But if you look at the histogram, you'll be able to tell more accurately the highs and the lows. Okay, does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, so look, we've got another low hidden in here. See right here on this histogram, we've got another low hidden in here, which was right here as a low.
Okay.
And we got another high right here. And we got this low here. We got, well, this is consolidation, but it's counting a high and low in here. But then we grabbed this high, of course. We didn't know which one of these was going to be our high, and that's because there was a low hidden in the middle. So this was a high, a low, and a high. Okay.
Okay.
Makes sense. So that's how I track my charts. That's how I keep track of true highs and lows. And that's how you keep from getting reversals snuck in on you without your knowing. So when we come down here, we've got to track our trend. Obviously, we have a low. We've got a low. We've got a high. This is not a low, so you would want to count that as a low, and it's not. Does that make sense? This is, our low doesn't come in till all the way over here. Gosh, look at them.
Okay.
And then our next high is this high right here. You see how they throw in all this stuff, even this right here, and it's invalid. It's not a real low. So here we go. We're going to start our way up here. Do you use trend lines?
Sometimes.
Okay, well, let's do it. So let's mark our areas of support and resistance again real quick. All the ones that seem to matter. I said that right here. Here we go. So we're going to go from the low here. We're going to pull a trend line up like this. There we go. So this is our uptrend. Okay.
Okay.
And we are on this uptrend until this trend line is broken. Once that trend line is broken, that trend is over. Now we've entered consolidation, but we have, it looks like, started our way back down. If I was watching this trade, I would be looking for this to continue on this direction, to go down, come back up and touch this trend line. If it did, then I would be looking for the trade down. Does that make sense?
Okay, you just answered my question. That was that's what I was like having questions about, because I saw it going up and I'm like, okay, well, is this just a pullback or reset and to go back down, or so I need to use my trend line?
It depends which trend line you're following. So we're following this one right here.
Mhm.
Now look, we could follow, now this is a trend line right here. You know, you could track this trend line right here, right? This
Okay.
is a trend line. This is a trend line right here. This little trade right here. You know what I mean? I mean,
Mhm.
there's all these little tiny trades all over the place. You know what I mean? They're all done with trend lines, but you have to choose which one are you trading? Which line are you following?
Okay.
And then you got to stick to your line.
Okay, got you.
So if we back out, God, I hope I don't make this more confusing then. So if it were me, if I was on this chart, I would have come in originally and drawn this line like this. And so trades start kind of horizontal and then they get steeper as time goes by, and then they accelerate really quickly and then just kind of shut down and go the other direction. So this one dropped down, and then we would have had a new trend line like this. It was busted here. This is the fake out. It was busted here and started a new trend. And then it's starting here. So this one we would look to be coming down and coming back to this zone and perhaps surpassing that zone right there. But we're going to look for this trade to come down, bounce in this area, and continue making its way down, and hopefully break through this support right here. But if not, it would bust the support and start heading back up.
Okay.
Does that make sense? Does that help at all?
Yeah, that helps a lot. That helps a lot.
Now, I want to show you something, because this is the best way to trade, what I'm about to show you, okay?
Okay.
I want you to train your eye to this pattern, okay?
Okay.
On a downtrend, train your eye to this. It goes down a little, like a music note. It makes a music note, drop, right? See this little music note right here? Music note, drop, right? Look at this. Up, over, drop. Up, over, drop. Up, over, drop. Up, over, drop, right? Up, over, drop. It's not doing it here. Here it is right here. Up, over, drop. Up, over, drop. You see how it keeps doing that? Right here. Up, over, drop. You see how it keeps making this little U shape right here?
Okay.
Okay, now watch. You train your eye to this little pattern right here. This is a telltale pattern that something is going to happen. Let me show you why. This right here, this is a bigger one from here to here. it goes down, comes back up, and it drops, okay? What the market does on a downtrend, it makes a high, it goes down, it comes back up to that high, and then it bottoms out. That's what it does, okay? That's the Fibonacci sequence. And that's what we do. We look for a high, it goes down, it comes back up to the high, and then it drops. That's what it does. So look here, it made a high, it comes back up towards the high, and then it drops. It made a high, it comes back up to the high, and it drops, right? We've got a high, it comes back up to the high, it drops. High, come back up to the high, drop. High, come back up to the high, drop. Can you see what I'm talking about?
Oh, okay. So basically we can just draw a box when it starts making a high and wait for it to come back up and then hit it going down.
That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. And that's, so they make a tool for this, okay? So on a downtrend, this is what we're looking for. On a downtrend, there's a tool. It's called the Fibonacci tool. And so before I do this, let's take this one over here because this one's really big, okay? So this is our
Okay.
high. See, this is the highest point on the chart, right?
Right.
Okay. And so it goes down and then it comes back up and then it drops. So we take our Fibonacci tool, we go from the high right here
Right.
to the most recent low after the high, which is right here, okay?
Okay.
We look for it to come back up to 71, to between 71 and 100. If it goes above the 100, the trade's done. It is not going to happen, okay?
Okay.
But 71 and 78 are the sweet spots. It can do it at as little as 50%. 71 and 78 are the sweet zones. 100 is the limit. So we're looking for it to go somewhere between 50 and 100 here. This one came up to 88 and then it dropped. When it drops, we're looking for it to go to negative 27, negative 61, or negative 161, best case scenario, which you can see it did exactly that. And I didn't know that it was going to do that. This is a random chart for me. Okay.
Right. Okay.
So that's what it does. High, low, make the map, wait for it to come back up into the zone, and then set your stop, set your take profit at 27. If you're watching the trade happen, you can let it roll down to the negative 61 or negative 161, but don't set your take profits there and leave, you know, because it does not do this very often. That's kind of a fluke. Okay. So let's do another one. Let's do another one here. See this little bitty guy right here? Okay, wait. So here's the deal. I showed you this one, but this one took for it to hit 161. That took 14 days. So we're not looking for anything nearly that big. Okay.
Right.
We're looking for these little bitty guys like this. So look at this guy here. We had a high. We got a high. We take our most recent low right here. It came up to the 78. Can you see that? And then it dropped down to the 161. You can't make that up, right? I'm telling you, it doesn't usually drop to the 161. It usually drops to the negative 27, okay? But these are taking some big drops. This right here is the same pattern. This right here is the same pattern, okay? This is what I do. I just look for this pattern all day long. And it happens a lot. Look right here. You see this little pattern right here with the little leg? We just come in here. We take the high, go to the most recent low right there. Let me zoom in. This one came up to the 71, right? Can't make that up. And that one just fell out. That one just went crazy and fell out. So I track these on the 5-minute charts. Okay, so let's do this. Let's take this into actual real-time 5-minute charts. So what I do is I come here on my 5-minute charts, and my eye is trained to downtrends. I can do it on the uptrend, but I just, for some reason, I have a downtrend bias. I don't know what that's about. That just is what it is. So really, if this was on an uptrend, I could do it, but I just, I don't know. For some reason, I struggle with it. So I look for downtrends. Let me show you one that I'm actually tracking right now. Oh, which one am I tracking? Here we go. This is what I'm actually tracking right now. See how I'm tracking the trend right here, the channel. These are my support and resistance lines.
Okay.
Oh, I thought I had a Fibonacci on this. Maybe I already won this trade. It is. I think this is the one I got 70 pips off of here. Hold on a second. I thought I had a Fibonacci here though. Yeah, that was I got 135 pips on that one. Oh, here's a Fibonacci. Here's a Fibonacci. This one worked. So this one went to the 27. So just so you know, I'm not BSing you here. This is one that I already had set. This is the 5-minute chart. Boy, this was a big one. Gosh, look how long this silly thing took to go. So I tracked it here, a high, a low. It went up to the 71 and it dropped down to the 27. You see, I'm more comfortable with the downtrend. Let's look at something that's happening currently. So this is an uptrend. Gosh, okay, look, the way the uptrend would work is just opposite. So like, here's a most recent low, right? And then we would pull this up to the most recent high. We would look for it to hit the 78 right here, and then we would be looking for it to head to the 27. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. When I'm doing this, I'm also pulling my trend line to make sure that everything is staying on trend. If it pops my trend, I know that it's over.
Okay.
It's got to stay in a couple different rules for me. It's got to stay in its little box. You know what I mean? Even here, I'm going to come in here and I'm going to track this uptrend right here as well, to make sure that everything is going the way it's supposed to be going. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, so that's it. That's what I do. And so when I'm wondering, like, man, where is this headed? Where is this going to go? Is this going to hit the 27? Well, I look over here. Look at this. Look at this. Perfect. Look at this 27 markers right here at this resistance line. Isn't that funny?
Yeah.
Look at that. Yeah, look at that. Look at that. Where do you think that's going to go? That's going to go right there to that line. That 27 confirms that support resistance right there. Yeah, so that's where I'm looking forward to go. Does this make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense.
Cool. Cool. That's how I trade. Do you know about the colors indicator?
No.
Okay. If I show you something else, well, you've got the video. I'm going to show you one more thing, okay?
Okay.
Okay. So there's one more thing. Well, I do a lot of things here. My chart looks actually really busy. You want me to show you what my chart looks like when I'm trading?
Sure.
I use the demon. I use the MACD. Oops, and I use the stochastic. This is what my chart looks like when I'm trading. So I'm tracking my true highs and lows here, right? I'm tracking the stochastic, shows me where the power's at. I know if we're down here, we're in a sell. If we're up here, we're in a buy. That just tells me who's in control of the ball, you know. Not super useful, just kind of a confirmation. This guy right here is a gladiator, the DMI. I did a whole video on the DMI. This thing right here is crazy. It tells you it just tells you how the chart's going to move. If green's on top, it's a buy. If red's on top, it's a sell. And when this orange line, which is called no, it's not the key level. Anyways, when this orange line gets up above this horizontal line, that's when you get in the trade, and when it falls back down, that's when you get out of the trade. So I enter and exit off of this tool right here when I'm scalping. So if I was looking for this to go up, I would be waiting. Like, there's no way I'm entering a buy when this green line is underneath the red line. So I would wait for the green line to get on top like this, and then I would wait for this orange line to pop the key level, and then I would enter the trade. You see how the green line's on top, and then the orange line popped through the horizontal line, and look how it went up right here, right? And then when it went back through, everything shut down. Super,
Hmm.
super, super great tool. Super great tool. I did a whole video on that tool actually. If you ever want to use it.
Yeah, I'm
But
gonna have to check that out.
it's a good one. It's a good one. But there's a tool right here that takes no thought. It's called colors. So when it's green, you buy, and when it's red, you sell.
Okay.
That's it. That's as easy as it gets, right? So look how accurate this is. We set it to either on the 5-minute chart. Oops, on the 5-minute chart, you set it to either to 45 minutes or 4 hours. I go back and forth between the two. 4 hours kind of shows the longer term. 45 minutes shows the shorter term. Let that change real quick. So you see how accurate it is. Green buy, red sell, green buy, red sell. Look how accurate that is. Red sell, green buy. You see how, look how it makes these calls, right? It's not bad. Look at this, green buy, red sell, green buy, red sell. You got to love that, right?
Yeah.
Red sell, green buy, red sell, green buy. Yeah. So this is a free indicator. It's colors. You would think like, well, why don't I just use colors and just when it's green buy and when it's red sell, right? And I've tried it
Right.
over and over and over and over, and for some reason it doesn't work. I don't know if like the indicator, I know that the indicator will kind of like 3 candles deep into a color, it can switch colors back, it can kind of move around a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But for some reason I haven't been successful in just trading colors. But what colors is really, really good for is like, okay, now it's starting to get busy. So let's keep track here. So let me turn off this Fibonacci, okay? And let's just say, let me turn off this Fibonacci. There we go. Let's just say I found this trend line. See how we're walking up this trend line?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
So we've got low, high, low, high, low. We're walking up this trend line. What I would do is turn on colors. See how colors is walking up this line with us? So I would set an alert right here for this to turn green. Oh, no, add alert, colors, go long, bam, set the alarm. And when this turns green, it would be my confirmation along with my other indicators that, hey, we are in fact on a buy again. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes
Yeah.
sense.
So that's how I use that. So it looks like you could just use colors straight up, and maybe you can, I can't. For some reason, it just doesn't work. But man, if you need a confirmation for what you're thinking, I have not found a better tool than this. I mean, it is
Okay.
just as easy as it gets. I take, so my charts don't look busy. I usually take colors and move it down like this. So it's kind of out of the way. Move down here with the DMI. So have you heard of stacking probability?
No.
Okay.
I've never heard of it.
How long until that's over?
Give me probably another 10 or 15 minutes, okay? And we'll watch the show, okay?
I found a good show.
Good. I'll be there in just a second. Shut my door, please. Sorry.
Okay.
So as traders, what we do is we stack probability. Do not ever enter a trade. If somebody says, Cheryl, why did you enter that trade? Do not let the words I felt come out of your mouth or I thought. Do not let that come out of your mouth, because that makes it a casino. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
That's not what we're going to do. What we're going to do is we're going to stack probability. So Cheryl, why did you enter the trade? Or let's say Dalton, why did you enter the trade? Probability number 1, I was on an uptrend. Probability number 1. Probability number 2, I had just hit my support. Probability number 3, colors confirmed that it was a buy. Probability number 4, the DMI said to buy. Probability number 5, the MACD said it was time to buy. Probability number 6, the stochastic said that it was time to buy. Probability number 7, the DeLorean said it was time to go, right? Why did you enter the trade? Because I had 7 things that all confirmed that it was time to go, right?
Okay.
That's why I entered the trade. Why did you exit the trade? Because I felt like it was going to go this far. Wrong. Why did you exit the trade? Because colors changed colors, because I hit the support line, because I hit the negative 27, right? That's why I exited the trade, right?
Okay.
And that's called stacking probabilities.
Okay.
That's what takes it from being a casino. Okay.
Okay.
Now, let me show you something else about how I trade. Let's back up. Let's go back to what we were looking at over here. And we're going to stack probability. And I'm going to show you probably the best thing about trading the whatever the hell that thing's called that I was talking about, the the Fibonacci retracement tool. Let's find a good Fibonacci movement here. Let's find a good Fibonacci movement. Here's a good one right here. Okay, now I know I'm setting this up, and I hate it when people set stuff up, but I'm just going to show you this as an example, okay?
Okay.
People ask me a lot, where do I set my stop loss, right? Should I set it at 10 pips? Should I set it at 20 pips? Should I set it at 50 pips, right? But here's the really great thing about trading with the Fibonacci retracement tool. If we go from our high to our low, now from what I told you, we're waiting for it to hit between the 50 and the 78. We're looking for it to bounce, and reading candles is very important. Okay, if we come here, we see that we have power with these long wicks on top. We see that there's downward pushing power, right? So we see from these candles right here, we've got the sellers are pounding down right here. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So where do we set our stop loss? We set it right above this high right here. You don't have to take a ridiculous a stop loss. You can just set it. If we entered the trade at the 78, we would come right here. We would set a stop loss at 13.4 pips, and that would be it. Because we know if it breaks this high, the trade is over. Right? This was not accurate. So this makes it really easy to know where to set our stop loss, and it makes it really easy to set our take profit as well. This is a very good tool to learn and to master, and man, it is on point so much. Have you been in contact with Brian Knight yet?
No.
Okay, he does a session every day at 2 o'clock, and I think on Sundays he does it at, I don't know, something 1 or 5 or something. But he teaches this. This is where I learned all this from. So go sit in with Brian Knight. He's a master of this. He's just a master of it, and he's very, very kind and patient. So if you have any questions, you're welcome to ask him. But he's really good at this. He takes much bigger trades. I think he does this on like the 1 hour chart, whereas I scalp with it.
Okay.
But it's the same thing. We do what he does, just much faster.
Okay.
But it's the same thing. Cool.
Cool.
Any questions?
Nope. I think you answered the major question that I had, because I was like, how do I know which direction is gonna go? So now I can stack the probabilities and stuff like that. So
yes, and do your trend line, right? Track the bottoms here. Okay. If you want to know if this is accurate, you can clone it, and if you're actually accurate, you should be able to set it on top.
Okay.
Looks like that would be it right there, and that would be our channel. And in fact, they make a tool, the channel, right here, so you don't even have to do that. You can just set that on there, and then it pulls out a channel for you, which is pretty cool.
Okay.
Do you have time? Do you have any time left? Or you gotta go?
Sure. No. I have
Okay.
plenty of time.
So I'm gonna stop share and I'm gonna let you share your screen.
Okay.
And we are gonna, I know that I just gave you an ungodly amount of information, but let's just look at a chart real quick. And let you just kind of fool with it for a second.
Okay.
Oh, you need to meet Brian too. You'll love Brian. So here's the deal. A lot of some people use support and resistance and they don't like anybody else. And then some people use the Fibonacci and they don't like anybody else. And some people use indicators and they don't like anybody else. Don't be that person. Use all the tools to succeed.
Okay.
Go through them all and just don't take a side. Don't, they'll be like, oh, support and resistance bed or naked charts are the only thing you can use, or only indicators. You know what I mean? Just have an open mind, look at it all, and just use what works for you. Do you know how to share a screen?
Yeah. Okay, can you see my screen?
I can.
Okay, so I guess this would be, looks like it's pushing up here.
Correct.
Well, I guess I could go on to 1 hour. 1 hour's pushing up. So I would do my highest point and then my lowest point.
Yes.
So,
If you're looking to get in and out of a trade in less than an hour or an hour or so, the 1 hour chart won't serve you that well. Just hop down to the 15-minute chart.
okay.
There you go. Which trend line do you want to follow here?
When you say trend line, what do you mean when you say which trend line?
Okay, so you see, let's go. Okay, see,
like right here, this one right here.
Yeah, well, it's up to you, because there's the big trend that runs from like the 14th up through present, but then there's little bitty trend lines all through there. So which one do you want to follow?
Maybe I guess the one from the 14th.
Okay, I think that's great. I think that'll serve you well. So just, get your trend line and hit that. And connect the bottoms. I think that's fine. So when you do trend lines, as the trend matures, it's going to get steeper. Okay, so you can have, I think that this has steepened on you. Your last low there, I think that it might have gotten steeper. So you might, where it says right where it last touched that trend line, right there, you might go from that up to the next low. I think it might have accelerated there. You just have to watch it and see. That's just my opinion. I could be dead wrong on that. Yeah, go ahead and drag that out a ways. Yeah, so look, hit the bottom of that, the candle, let the wick be your guide. There it is. Yeah. So look for it to perhaps bounce there. But I think this is great. So on your indicators, go to colors. And you want, yep, there it is right there. Perfect. Okay. So which way do you want to take the retracement off of this back down to the trend line, or are you going to bounce off the trend line and head up?
I'll take them both.
That's a good answer. Okay. So here's what we'll do. Go to the your indicator list over on the far left where it says 9, right below your entry and exit. Yeah, and on the go to colors and go to the yeah, the settings. Very good. And then inputs. And you're okay. See, it's on 1 day right there. So I'm going to have you drop to the 5-minute chart, but right here you're going to do 45 minutes to show the smaller trend and 4 hours to show the bigger movement. Okay, so but right now, since you're taking the small ones, let's do 45 minutes. And then move your chart to 5 minutes. Here we go. Let the games begin. This is perfect. So we're looking for the next downward movement. If you took this trade back down to the trend line, how many pips would it be? Okay, that's worth doing. That's worth doing. In my opinion, is 30 pips good for you? 35 pips good for you?
Oh, that's real good. That's real
Okay.
good.
So what we're gonna do, it's dangerous to trade against the trend. I'm not gonna tell you not to do it, because if you want to do it, then do it. It's things become dicey. It's hard to tell exactly where things go on their retracements. But if you
Okay.
trade with the trend, you're more likely to win. The odds are in your favor. You know, when we're
Okay.
stacking probability, when they say, did you enter the trade? You won't be able to say because it was the trend. You'll be trading counter trend, which is kind of a
Okay.
no-no.
Okay.
But let's do this, okay? So if you go, see where it says 22 at the bottom, and then, okay, and then right up above there on that red trend line, where the candle's touching your red trend line by the 22. Oh, you got the Fibonacci retracement down there. Grab that Fibonacci, click the Fibonacci retracement. Yep. So you're going to start it right there at that trend line. Yep, start it right there. Yep. And then you're going to pull it to the highest high, the most recent high. Yeah, keep going. Keep going, keep going, keep going. You go to that newest high. There it is right there. And that's going to be your Fibonacci zone. Oh, your Fibonacci's crazy. Do you want my Fibonacci settings?
Sure. Yeah. I haven't even used it.
Okay. Click on your Fibonacci tool. Yeah, just on the, click on it on the screen there.
Oh.
There you go. And it should, the settings for it should come up somewhere. Do you see that? Where you can change the colors and all that. There you go. Okay, so right there. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna tell you what this is, okay?
Okay.
So I want to tell you it took me forever to put this Fibonacci tool together. You're getting the cheat sheet, man. Okay, so that one, change that one to white. Leave it at 0 and change it to white. Okay, and then so that one is 382. Change it to like neon purple. All the way over to the right there. Do that one. Okay.
Wait a minute. I messed that up. Okay.
There you go. All right, the next one, change that to 0.71. Can you put a decimal point in there? Do 0.71. There it is. And change that to dark blue. A little lighter than that. Stick to those primaries up there. Go up a little bit. Oh, there you go. There you go. On the next one, go to, that's going to stay 1, make that, oh, and that's white, perfect. On the next one, do negative 0.27. And change that to yellow. There you go. The one below that, change to negative 0.618. and change it to yellow as well. And below that, do negative 1.618. Change it to yellow. Okay. On the other side of the Fibonacci tool, turn off that top one, the 236, turn it off. That 0.5 you're going to keep, change it to green. There you go. The 786 will keep, change it to blue. There you go. And the 618 will keep. Oh no, just get rid of the 1. It's just 0.618. So just do a 0 there. There you go, and change that one to green. There you go, and just turn those other 2 off. There you go, and down there where it says template. Oh wait, scroll down just a hair. There you go, and let's do. Oh shoot, we got one more to put on here. Just click anywhere on there. You can just light any of those up. There you go. In there, put 0.886 and change it to that purplish color again. There you go. And now we're going to scroll down, turn the background off. We're going to keep prices on. Levels is going to be percents. Labels right, middle, that's fine. And font size is fine. Okay, now hit template and save as. You can call it whatever you want. There you go. Now, what we're looking for this to do now is come back to between the 50 and the 71. Now you see that 71 is right there on that line. So go to your right. See where that 71 is meeting that trend line there?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We're going to look for it to come and hit right there. If it comes and hits the 71 on that trend line, we know that's a hell of a confirmation that it's about to take off the other direction. And when it does, we're looking for it to go to the negative 27. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yes. Cool. Very cool. That's how we use the Fibonacci retracement and the colors. My Fibonacci colors were set for the dark theme. I know it's hard to see all that stuff. You need to change the colors. It's not going to make any difference. At some point, you'll just have to come on over to the dark theme because that's what all the cool kids do.
Yeah, let me
go where your name is in the top left. Up one more. Yeah, to the left, right there. There you go. Click that. And then it says dark mode. Ah, welcome to the dark side.
okay.
Oh, it's so nice. So much better. There it is. Okay. If you want to be really cool, change your candle colors and nobody will understand what the hell's going on your chart. Yeah, so just practice this, okay? I have a website that's omodalton.com. If you sign up there, I'll put it in the messenger chat as well. If you sign up there and become a member, I have links to my YouTube channel there, and anyways, and this video will be there too. But I'll send this video to you too, but it'll be in my YouTube channel.
Okay, great.
All right, lady, you got any more questions?
I think that's it for now. That's it for now. I wanted to understand the structure and as far as the probability of why it would go either up or the trade would go up or down. So
Yes.
that was answered, and I'm working on learning more of
Very cool.
supply and demand, and yeah.
Hold on just a second, baby. I'm sorry, this is the family thing I was telling you about. I'm gonna go live next month. If you need anything else, reach out to me anytime, okay?
Okay, thanks, appreciate it.
It was very nice to meet you, Miss Cheryl. Have a good night.
Likewise, you too, thanks.
Bye-bye.
Bye, bye.